Good evening and welcome everybody to the stream. We are just going live now with Spooky October. It's been a while since I've been on stream. And my thought for this month is to, we are just going live now. Sorry. My thought for this month is to play some spooky or horror themed games. So we're starting with a very weird JRPG from the 90s. It wants very badly to be The Thing, which is probably my favorite science fiction horror film. This is called Parasite Eve. For those who are unfamiliar, Parasite Eve was a J-horror novel that I don't know much about. Its central conceit was that mitochondria, you know, the little organelles inside our cells, form a collective consciousness and have basically been waiting for a life form to evolve that was strong enough to allow them to take over. And lucky us, that turns out to be human beings. So, good? Yeah. So yeah, all this trippy stuff that you're seeing right here is what happens when you take a fairly successful kind of understated sort of horror concept, and then you just hand it over to Square Enix, or I guess it was just Squaresoft at this point, and tell them, go ahead and make a game. So yeah, Parasite Eve, just a little bit of an X-Files vibe here at the title screen and some of the music. The music was composed by actually the same woman who did a lot of music for Street Fighter 2 and the Kingdom Hearts series is probably what she's most famous for. Yoko Shimamura. I really like her work, and this is no exception. I've never played this before, so I wonder actually if we should do the tutorial, possibly. I've never played this before, and I am excited to see what happens. Yeah. So let's take a look at Parasite Eve. This will be recorded and put up on my YouTube channel later, if you would like to check out the replay if you missed this broadcast but want to join us later. Or if you've never seen Parasite Eve. We're basically going in blind here. So let's check it out. I'm interested in this game in part because it was always sort of on the periphery when I was growing up. Like, I heard people talking about it, but the extent to which I ever heard about it was basically having it name dropped. And usually it was mentioned in the same breath as like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. But this is a very, very different sort of game. You could call it survival horror, but it's not exactly. You could also call it a JRPG, which it is, but it's not exactly what you think of when you think of that either. So this came out, I think, between Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII. It was a team of developers from Square from both Japan and North America, because the game is set in New York City. So let's get going here. We're just going to start a new game and see. Actually, no, we're going to check out the tutorial just to see if it will actually just tell us to control how to control the game. Let's see. Let's check out the battle screen. because this is where Parasite Eve, mechanically at least, sort of sets itself apart. If you've seen me playing Chrono Trigger, or are familiar with Chrono Trigger, you know that that game has both an active time battle system, like many of the Final Fantasies did, and that simply means that there's a little bar that fills up in real time, and when that bar fills up completely, you get the opportunity to input a command for that character, which they will then execute in a sort of quasi-turn-based system. And furthermore, in Chrono Trigger, all the battles happen on the map screen. Like, they're not... there is no transition to a different screen where the battle happens, which is kind of a generic background, like there is in lots of other JRPGs. And this sort of set it apart. Parasite Eve does the same thing. There's an active time battle system, and the battles happen on the map screen. There's just, you know, the enemies appear, and you start fighting them, you know, where you are on the map. And the placement of enemies and the placement of your player character are important to pulling off special moves. But unlike Chrono Trigger, while your bar is filling up, you can actually move your character around, which is pretty rad. Yeah, and you can see sort of the range of a given attack is displayed on the battle screen. All right. Okay, so AT bar has to fill up first to use items too. Right, and here we go with the mitochondria. That's the central conceit narratively with this game. Is the mitochondria in Aya's body are different than in most people's bodies, in that they are some sort of mutant variant that can handle being, I guess, sort of supercharged. I'm not sure of the specifics. I've only kind of watched a little bit of this game to prepare. So let's get going. Yada yada yada. We can avoid a battle by opening menu screen and selecting escape. Good to know. Game is over as HP reaches 0. Okay, so everything else is pretty much familiar JRPG territory. So let us return to the main menu. Do let me know if I'm not loud enough or anything in the chat if you're stopping by. And while this runs one more time, I'm just going to tweet that I am live. Okay. Here we go. So let's select new game and get going. So here is Statue of Liberty. Establishes that we are in New York City. It's still a little weird seeing those towers, gotta say. Yeah, this game was released in 98, late 97, somewhere in there. we were still very firmly, yeah, Christmas 1997. So we were still very firmly in the era of the full motion cutscenes. We are outside. I believe that's the Met. I believe that's the Met. Oh wow. So yeah, this is right after Final Fantasy VII, and already the character models are a step up from what we saw there. All right, so this is the man. All right, some dude in a tux. We've arrived at the opera. We seem to be quite despondent about it. Maybe he's not being a very good date. All right, and this establishes who we are. We are Aya Brea. We are 25, and we are a New York Police Department officer. All right, let me just make sure that everything is updated as it ought to be. Yeah, that's correct. All right, sorry for the delay, folks. Okay, so let's get into the swing of it here. We're not going to change your name. How do I just say okay? End. End. Yes, there we go. Unlike a lot of other JRPGs of this era, this is entirely a solo affair. We do not have a party at all. So this is just us. I don't know. You're right. I'll try to have more fun. Okay. We also never get to know this guy's name. That's about as much as I know about this game. I've seen through this first part into a few of the battles. Aren't you glad you decided to go out with me? Typical. Absolutely typical. He thinks he's God's gift to women. I'm gonna have my dad get the best seats for us tonight. It's gonna be his voice now. So lighten up. We're gonna have a great time. You'll see. Great. I am leaving. Goodbye. No invisible walls. Okay. Do I have any option other than... Okay. So this is just straight up analog stick control. I have walk. I have run. The run animation looks... I mean, I suppose that is how people run, but it feels very slow. Alright. Can we talk to the doorman? Enjoy the show. Identical looking doorman over here also says, please take your seats. The show's about to start. We'd better go inside. Blah, 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 blah. Sure. Right. I'm going to look in the trash can. Nothing in the trash cans. Okay. In we go. Somehow he warped ahead of me. That's alright. We'll just kind of despondently wander in. This game is really pretty for the time. Alright, so this is the unidentified opera. I don't know, but it at times appears like these characters were motion captured in that really weird sort of early days, very floaty seeming motion capture stuff. Blah blah, she is evil! This isn't foreshadowing at all. Not in the least. Alright, so they're going to burn her. Mr. Totally Not Hamlet is very upset. Edward, right. And here we get an aria, which apparently is... well, it may be based on a Bach piece. I don't know enough about classical music to know for sure. If my friend David were here, he could probably tell me. Alright, straight into cutscene. Wow. Whoa, that mouth, that is really... okay. And they blink at the same time. And everybody is on fire. What is going on here? Oh god! Oh, that's grisly. And she's just still singing. Audience is like, I wasn't expecting this to be an audience participation. Everyone's running away. She looks mildly confused, but not terribly upset. Oh god. Guess you really cleared the house. That burning proscenium, though. And immediately pulls out a gun. The most realistic portion of this game. I'm sorry. Okay. Jesus, I don't want to... oh my god. Go, get out of here. Just hip checks him. Okay, cool. Now I'm... see, the game wants me to go this way. But I feel like... this lady just set everybody on fire? Can I just leave? I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna break... I feel like I might break the game here. Oh god. I can just walk right off the screen. Where do I go? How far do I go? Okay, not very far. So they actually managed to hide the invisible wall on that side. And this side too. Okay. Wow. So, it looks silly to us now, but imagine being like 13 in 97. Or, I don't know, I guess I would have been 9. And just seeing something like this, that would have freaked me out. That's some real gristle. Okay, back in the thing. All right, let's go face the mad opera singer, who, I mean, presumably at this point we would assume is just some sort of arsonist. So yeah, I guess going and facing off with her with a Glock would probably make a certain amount of sense. There's something purple over here I'm going to check out. If I even can. Nope. Alright, well let's just head on up the stage. Get on up. Oh my god, she's floating. Alright. Alright, well, I did not come prepared. I don't have my my flying wires. Freeze! You're the only one who seems to be fine. What was your first clue? You should be awakening soon. I don't know, lady. I haven't had my coffee yet. What are you talking about? Your cells are trying to communicate! And she's turned into the opera singer from... She's turned into the opera singer from Fifth Element now, with the in the background. Oh god! What is this? Presumably there's going to be some sort of beam attack? Yep! Absolutely correct. Okay. Okay. I just shot her, and she laughs. Good! Body is getting hot. Well, she's certainly more interesting than your last date. Just as I thought. What did you do to me? Oh, god. Okay, that actually stung a bit. Alright, do I have any other things I can do? I can heal myself. Change weapon. The attack on this is 12. I can fire 2 bullets at a time. And the club is strictly worse, but it doesn't have any ammo. Well, let's see what happens with the club. Oh, I have to rebuild the thing. Okay. That's not good. Like running into her, not strictly the wisest course of action. Okay, so it's also not doing too much worse than the gun, but the gun lets us shoot her from further away, so we're going to change back to the gun. Oh god, I may need to heal soon. This is not going very well. Okay, well we can shoot twice with that, and we can only hit her once with the gun. Our bodies are communicating with each other. Yeah, it's called language and nonverbal communication. Yes, they are communicating. But I agree, Aya. She is not being very communicative. She's not being terribly clear about what she wants. The more you use that power, the more you will become like me. The power of being an American and having too many guns? I don't understand. I have not begun floating. Eve. Alright, so she's saying that her name is Eve. I'm surprised you don't know me, Aya. You should know me well. And flashback. To a spooky hospital. What was that? Wait, where are you going? I'm not through with you yet. Alright, so she just exited stage left, pursued by a cop. Let's see if we can do anything about our health. Heal. Yes. Good. That seemed to have used a lot of our stuff. I'm not sure quite how to read the bars. I'm not sure if the red is good stuff and green is stuff we've used, or if green is well, like what we have left, and the red is the background. Okay. We have 1 point in everything. What do we have for armor? We have a bulletproof vest. Alright, well, we came prepared. That's good. User preferences. Window. Okay. Change display position. I don't know what any of these mean. We are on stereo sound, which is good. Cursor. We'll just keep everything default for now. Cool. We need to reload our weapon at some point. Can I go up these stairs? Is there anything up these stairs? We'll just wander around set. I knocked over a stage like this once. It was in a high school production of Beauty and the Beast. And I was playing Cogsworth. And we had a setup pretty similar to this, with two large, they were like carpet tubes, very, very big, very wide diameter cardboard, quite heavy actually, as pillars, rather like these. And there was a stairway with risers and a little platform in back that we were meant to go chasing after the beast on. And my costume consisted of pretty much a giant plywood box that came down to around my knees. Oh my god. There's just a big hole back here. Lady, you got rat problems? There's a huge hole backstage here. I think I'm gonna have to have a talk with the health department here about this theater. Oh, good, we have medicine. No idea what kind. We just have medicine. Can I get anything from these boxes? Okay. We are not going down there yet. No way. No sir. No how. Let's run across the stage and see if there's anything over here. That dithering, though, the background. Okay, I swear she went off the stage this direction. Maybe I'm imagining it. Maybe the spooks have gotten to me. And I'm just not seeing things correctly. Hold on, I'm going to reload chat here to get rid of some of the... There we go. Extraneous text. That was bugging me a little bit. Okay. Excuse me. Well, Sound design's actually pretty decent. He's definitely, like, this has a pretty haunting kind of feeling to it. I'm poking fun, but yeah. Okay. So we know she's down there somehow, presumably because there's a big charred hole in the floor. Okay, and backup has arrived. Do we jump down or do we forget it? Maybe we go talk to the cops who have just arrived, advise them of the situation, and then go in pursuit of the perpetrator. Some of these maps don't seem to be linked up quite the way that you would expect visually. Let's go talk to our backup first. Maybe they will give us stuff. Oh god, he's twitching. Oh man, that is gross. Ugh, I feel so bad. All those poor people. Wait, I'm a cop. I'm with the NYPD. I'm going to take out my badge. Don't shoot. Wait, yeah. So, the cop situation in this game is incredibly uncomfortable for me. I'm a pasty white dude. Like I don't really have much to worry about from the cops, but I have been following recent events, and this is the only politics I'm really going to talk on this channel. So just bear with me for a minute. Um, it makes me very uncomfortable, this um, situation, in part because, hold on, what is this big black square that we've got here? Is it from something? What is that? Oh, that's Discord. Of course it's showing with a big black box. I don't actually have Discord running. Terribly sorry. Um, but yes, the cops are treated here pretty much the way they're treated on Law and Order, which is like everybody's basically a good cop, and they're strictly the good guys. It's got kind of a buddy cop feeling to it. So that's a little uncomfortable in hindsight. Uh, your mileage may vary. But that's about all I'm going to say about that. I may poke fun at it from time to time. But yes. So yeah, we were able to show them our badge without getting shot, which is fantasy. All right. Paramedic. I wonder if that's thing called spontaneous combustion. Who knows, huh? You think we'll be on TV? Hope this becomes a TV movie or something. Let me patch you up. Okay, so I used my healing powers for nothing. Hey, why don't you have any injuries? Don't ask me. It's something I want to know. Everyone's gotten burned. A lot of them probably won't make it. Hey, I've got the same gun. I've got bullets for that if you want. Well, I mean, yes, they're standard issue. I will happily accept your bullets. Thank you, fellow officer. We can just do this over and 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 over. Okay. So now we've got all the ammo we can get. We are fully healed up. Cool. In we go. Down the hatch. I commented earlier about the music in this game, and I do actually quite like it. And the sound design is quite good as well, particularly in these parts. With just dead silence and nothing but your footsteps. Very markedly your footsteps. It works out really, really well, in my opinion, for creating a sort of spooky atmosphere, which this game is very campy, rather like Resident Evil, although unlike Resident Evil, it's not zombies, it's like weird fucking alien looking things, which I appreciate because I'm kind of tired of zombies and they don't really appeal to me. I'm gonna jump down the hole. But it's survival horror in a very different mode than a Resident Evil or a Silent Hill, where those are primarily action games. This is more of a, it's not even a puzzle game, it's more of just a strictly like JRPG kind of mode of combat and things. And I really like that. So let's get going here. Aya says, "Are you alone? It's dangerous here. You should go." I wonder who that little girl is going to turn out to be. Take your bets. Oh, she's got the spooky laugh and run away thing. Right. Okay. Ghost. That girl. It couldn't be. There are iron rings on the side. Oh, okay, so we can climb up from here. Good to know. In case we need to do anything of that sort. Alright. It's locked. It's locked. It's locked. Alright. I should maybe joke a little less. This is actually pretty decent atmosphere here. Can I go in this door? That's locked too. What about this one? Surely there won't be some kind of strange encounter happening in this hallway. God, but I am getting further and further down it with like nothing happening. Oh! Right on cue. Oh! Gosh. Those New York City rats. They are quite something. Okay, and here is where we go very John Carpenter's The Thing. Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's. Oh, that's gross. Okay. Like even in these really crappy like 3D graphics, that's still just like viscerally. Ugh. Oh God. Okay, my bullets do 2, and okay. We've got kind of a bullet hell thing going on here. We're gonna switch. To try and conserve ammo if we can. Oh, okay, he's quite nimble. Maybe we are better off shooting. It sure seems that way. Okay, I felt sure I avoided that. Okay, got 12 damage on him. Fair sight better than, nope. What we were doing with the gun. But we are missing quite a lot. So damage over time is not actually that good. Woo! Finally. Okay, but we had like 86 ammo in our ammo crate, which is good. So yeah, as I was saying, John Carpenter's The Thing has enemy designs pretty close, has monster designs fairly close to that. I bring that up because thematically there's some similar ideas going on with the body horror aspect. If you watch Loading Ready Run, Cameron and Alex just did a stream recently about Bloodborne where sorry, it wasn't Cameron and Alex, it was Cameron and Coriander. Just did a stream pretty recently where they did they were talking Bloodborne and comparing it to The Thing and Alien and so forth. This game also kind of falls in a similar way with the body horror aspect. In The Thing, it's an alien organism that behaves like a virus and sort of converts your cells into itself, and you retain. It's heavily implied that your body retains its functions, including your memories and personality and so forth. But at the first sign of danger, you sort of to protect itself, your body just kind of becomes this conglomeration of things that the thing has been, and whatever is handy to get out of the situation and survive, which is where the monster aspect comes from. And this story is kind of similar in that the idea is your mitochondria are, instead of an alien virus, are what betrays you. The game will go into some detail about this later on, but mitochondria, to the best of our understanding... Oh, he's talking and twitching. Mitochondria, to the best of our understanding, they're the little organelles in your cell that convert oxygen. They convert sugars and oxygen, and with the help of oxygen. They convert sugars into ATP, which is a molecule that your cell can use basically for metabolic fuel. And near as we can tell, mitochondria have their own set of DNA. So there's a unique mitochondrial DNA in each of your cells that is unique to you and is passed on, through your mother. And furthermore, like the shape and function of the mitochondria, the particular metabolism that it exhibits is very, very similar to certain kinds of bacteria and archaea, prokaryotic organisms. We are eukaryotes. And the sort of current accepted theory in biology, in evolutionary science, is the endosymbiotic theory of the mitochondria, wherein it seems as though the mitochondria, these prokaryotes that would eventually become mitochondria, entered into symbiotic relationships with other sort of prokaryotic seeming organisms, single-celled organisms, very, very, very early in the tree of life. wherein the larger organism would provide sort of shelter and nourishment, and the prokaryote, the sort of proto-mitochondria, would provide this energy source and essentially take over the metabolism for the rest of the cell. And this happened very, very early, and mitochondria have been in eukaryotic organisms ever since. It's one of the defining factors of what makes a eukaryotic organism a eukaryotic organism. Technically, that is symbiotic. It is not. It is commensal. It's not detrimental to either party. But here and in the novel that this game is based on, they use the much more loaded terms parasite, sort of viewing either the mitochondria or the eukaryote cell as parasite. And Eve refers to mitochondrial Eve, which is the earliest, depending on how you want to define it, it's either the earliest human who we can trace, through the DNA of mitochondria, the earliest common mother, basically, of all currently existing humans, or it refers to that same concept but applied to all eukaryotes, so sort of the first organism, the first eukaryotic organism that had mitochondria in it, as traced by, the DNA of mitochondria itself and the various lineages thereof. Anyway, that's all just sort of basic primer, sort of high school biology kind of stuff. Let's get on to what the Twitchy Man is talking about. Hold on, let me call the paramedics. Melissa. She's a monster. Don't try to talk now. Melissa? You mean the main actress? She probably got to Zen, too. You'll have to stop her. Okay, so we've got some intimations of drama backstage. So Melissa apparently was not very nice before this happened. Oh god, she's still twitching. That is so unnerving. Oh, that might actually be related to how the game is rendering. That's very strange. Okay, I can't really loot anything from their bodies, but there is one more locker to look at. With nothing in it. Okay. Let's take a look in here. Oh! Who the fuck are you? Ah, here, take it. Take everything. It's all in the counter. Don't scare me. I'm with the NYPD. You're the one that scared me, lady. I was just getting ready. You know only staff are allowed in here. There was an incident here. You'll have to evacuate. What? You're kidding, right? Hey, I'm not dying here tonight. See ya. He's a smart guy. Oh, dear God. Something just happened to him. Well, let's loot the room. I like how he just exits the scene, and immediately just scream. Alright. Anything in this locker? Nothing. Anything in this locker? Nothing. How about you? Nope. One of the aspects that it does sort of, that this game does sort of have in common with other survival horror is, from what I understand, limited supplies. So it's not quite like a Final Fantasy where you can just, you know, drink potions like their orange juice. You kind of have to be careful with item management, inventory management, and such. I think there is actually even a limit to how much you can carry in your inventory. So that will become a thing later. But at the moment, I am just sort of picking up whatever I can. Because as we can already tell, I am bad at this. So bad. Alright, let's go in this room. It's locked. How about this one? That's also locked. Alright. This one. The big double doors. Ooh. Something is shining over there. And there's a box back here by the costumes. Some medicine. Oh, God, what is that? Hot, hot, help, help, says the parrot. Okay, what would you like me to do? Better notify the department about what's happened here. Yes, I will save my progress. Okay, so that's cool. Our save spots are telephones, and the conceit is that we are calling our reports back to the police department. That's actually pretty clever. That is very clever, I like that. Okay, is there anything... Whoa! We just knocked that body over. Is there anything over here to get or search? Here we go. This key. Alright, we got a theater key. That SP marking, I think, indicates that we don't have to worry about managing the inventory for those objects. That, like, those are key items and we can just pick them up when we need to. Oh, cool! We can drop items in... Very cool. Very cool. Alright, and we can carry a total of 10 items. And our key items also take up room in our inventory. Interesting. Since I have a Healy thing, I am going to drop medicine there. Okay. We can drop one item in a crate. Very interesting. Huh. Sure. Let's put a medicine there. Well, let's not forget to come back. Okay. Now let's check out all these locked doors. There's that damn parrot again. David, I hope you are watching the VOD of this, because this is going to be very familiar to you. Arcade Royal, the guy I'm referring to, can't be with us tonight, but he was playing through Breath of Fire 4, and there's a moment where there's a parrot who does a very specific thing, and I have a gut feeling that this is going to happen here as well. We found some ammo in the wardrobe. That's interesting. I don't want to talk to you yet. Can we do anything here? No. It's just... Alright. Parrot? Where were you on the night of the 6th? Merry Christmas! Goodbye! Great! That said, I really dig this battle music. And if you're familiar with Street Fighter, you will probably recognize some similarities to Chun-Li's theme, I think. It's got sort of a similar vibe to me. Whee! Our active time didn't go up as much as the rest of our stuff. I don't know what that means or how we can affect that, but that's cool. Sure, I will take the medicine. Why not? We just got attacked by a parrot. Oh, hey, we are actually not doing very well HP-wise, so let's go ahead and use medicine. That brings us up to full health. Very good. Glad I thought to check that. Let's check out what's in this locked door. Oh, no, that wasn't locked. Right. We're down here. Oh! Right. Now we get into battle again. Good. Okay, and stuff just goes directly into our ammo crate as opposed to taking up room in our inventory, which is great. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. We seem to have quite a lot of ammo, so I should probably be using it some. But, I'm not quite ready to yet. And again, you want some more? Oh, just ran straight into that. Missed. Got him. Yes, I'll take the ammo. Fantastic. Fantastic. I wonder how much ammo we can actually carry in our ammo crate. Also where we carry it. Okay, so this is just a key that opens all the doors in the theater, which is great. Oh! Hello, prop room. Hello, freaky giant doors. Having the first level take place in an opera house was a fantastic idea. Just because if you've ever done theater and you've been backstage, like at after dark, after all the cast have gone home and all the crew have gone home, you know, say you left your keys or something and you had to run back in there, it is freaky as fuck. Do not recommend. Oh god. Whoop. Okay. Took care of those right quick, but I was a little bit, I was a little concerned for a second. Oh shoot, I didn't even see what I grabbed there. Let's take a look. Items. Oh, I can carry up to 12 now. That's good to know. I swear I picked something up. Besides the medicine. I wasn't paying attention. Was not paying attention. That'll teach me. What is this? Oh, it probably leads back into the corridor. I want what's ever in this box. +1. Is there anything over here? Not that I can see. Whoever, as someone who sort of toys around with the notion of working on games, it's interesting to me to play some of these older ones and sort of figure out what they did and how they did it, especially with these pre-rendered backgrounds and things. They must have gone in and just very meticulously either rendered separately to be layered over, or just meticulously like cut out and then put into a different layer these objects in the foreground. It's very cool, but also makes it completely understandable why doing an HD re-release of a very old game is not as straightforward as you would expect, especially if these assets get you know, left behind or stored somewhere else. Aww, that's what happened to our jester friend. Does he have anything we can steal? Seems not. Oh well. Bygones be bygones. What's in here? Someone was awfully fond of birds. We've had now 3 different parrots in this place. Ooh. I don't see any reason not to use that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. Oh, we have to pick the weapon we're using it on. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so there is a reason not to use it right away, and that is because we might get a better gun later and want to use it on that. Damn. It's odd. This wall looks like it's about to crumble. I bet there's bodies. Oh! You just knocked out that wall. And there's literally a skeleton in here. I mean, also some props. But seriously, dudes. Like, what the heck? If anyone here has ever, if anyone watching this video has ever performed at the Met, please tell me if there are skeletons in random places. Ooh. Okay, N Protector. I think that is slightly better armor than the one that we've got. So let us take a look. 10, 8, and 13. Oh yeah, strictly better. By at least a point in pretty much every way. Which means I'm probably going to drop my vest here. Goodbye. Okay, we've cleared this room out. Let us continue. Creepy hallway. Okay, I'm gonna go back up to the room with the parrot and save, I think. Getting a little turned around here. Spending too much time yammering and not enough time looking indoors. So this is a new room. Ooh. Seems very fancy. We got some ammo. Also highly unusual. Like, I know it has to be there for gameplay reasons, but it's still just weird to be walking through dressing rooms and just finding ammunition. I mean, I suppose everybody has one in their purse or something. I don't know. This looks like something we should be able to interact with. Very cool that they did, like, actually try to render a mirror here. Like, they probably just have that on a separate background, and there's our character model in the foreground, and then one pre-rendered background. A mirror image of our character model, like just being input and animated exactly opposite to our character every frame. And then another pre-rendered background behind that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers for one effect, which works out really well. It's really cool. And I can see why they wanted that to be like a separate page, a separate screen to show that off. Can I? There we go. I knew there was something about this diary. Here we go. A diary. November 3rd, Monday. The Christmas show is set. This has been my dream. The main actress has a solo concert at the theater in Central Park. I took all that medication to get here. I have to get the lead part. I'll even sell my soul to the devil if I have to. November 17th, Monday. Ooh, music change. The cast was announced, and Suzanne and I are double cast. I want to play the part alone, but everyone knows she's good. November 21st, Friday. I think I'm overdoing it. My body is getting hotter than ever for some reason. I better take more medicine. December 6th, Saturday. I collapsed today. I lost consciousness after my body got so hot. I don't care if I die. I just want to get through this show. December 10th, Wednesday. I passed out again. They told me to go to the doctor and get some rest. If this continues, Suzanne will definitely take my part. I need to get better. I'd better take a lot of medication tonight. I love that page-turning sound effect. Oh my gosh. Okay. December 11th, Thursday. Suzanne was burned in an apartment fire. Is it because I wanted the part so bad? God, forgive me. December 17th, Wednesday. Looks like I'll be the lead. I'd better take more medication and work it. Tuesday. Opening night. Everything went smoothly. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. We should have the biggest crowd of the season. And I have the solo concert in the next day at the park. But I'm not feeling well. I better shape up if I want to get through this. I should take more medication. For what? Why is she taking so much? She must have a drug problem. Or, you know, a chronic disease. Aya. Maybe don't be so ableist. That's... I shouldn't be so flip about that. Like, that is a serious problem, and like, but she just jumps to immediately she has a drug problem, and I think that's what we're meant to jump to as well as the audience. But it's a very different time than 1997, and like, someone who has to take medication in order to like focus and get through every night, like, that is a thing that could happen and be perfectly legitimate. But I believe we are meant to infer that there's something illegitimate going on here, which sucks. Which sucks. Rehearse key. Alright, so this will get me into the rehearsal hall. Cool. But yeah, very unusual for a game of this type to humanize what's going to turn out to be the antagonist so much. Like, we really do have a feeling of this is a performer, this is someone who wants to be top of her game and has this opportunity and doesn't really feel like she's worth it, and is working very hard for it. And now, like, with what we witnessed upstairs and what we were about to see, like, it's just come in completely ripped away from her. You know, this is a person with dreams. And the music stops. Oh. Hello. I should maybe have saved before I came in here. Can I go out? I can. Terribly sorry to disturb you, man. I know what it's like. Sometimes you just want to play on your own. Can I speak to you? You're a good parrot. It's such a shame you had to see such horrors. Poor parrot. Poor parrot. Okay. Let's listen to this music a little bit. We can do nothing but walk forward or back out of the room. She's quite good. I'm not surprised. I went to a school with a pretty extensive music program, and they also like the vocalists were quite often really good musicians with other instruments as well. It is very pretty. Yoko Shimamura is a very good musician, a very good composer. If you've ever played the Kingdom Hearts games, you know that. She did the music for those. Also did the music for... gosh, one of the other really famous like PlayStation 1 era Square games. I'm completely blanking on that. Look her up on Wikipedia. She's around. She's done a lot, and sort of instantly recognizable style if you know to listen for it. Some of these chords are just really moody and melancholy. I really like this song, and she keeps playing. I'm Melissa. I'm no. I am. I am Eve. I'm getting hot. Nucleic domination has finally come to an end once and for all. Interesting music cue there as well. When she stops playing, like Melissa's trying to come out, and then when she starts playing again, this music is coming from Eve. It's coming from the Eve personality. Very interesting. Just wrecks that very expensive piano. Oh God. Maybe you wanted to get that looked at? Oh God. Her hair has just gotten very... I mean, it's a great look for a concert, I'm not gonna lie. But, also, wow, that seemed painful. Once again. The day for the mitochondria to be free has finally arrived. Oh shoot, I wanted to change my weapon because I don't want to be this close to her. Oh well. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh, good golly. Oh, that stings, that stings. Okay. Let's get our gun out. Okay, and we'll... Oop. Shoot! No. Oh, managed to avoid that one. Ouch. Okay, I can only take 2 more hits, so let's use some of our medicine that's just filling up our inventory here. Ouch. Point blank range. I don't actually know how much health she has. Looks like you still need some time, girl. Until your mitochondria is completely free. Mitochondria? What are you saying? I don't understand you. I never finished high school bio. What? Where is this? Is that the little girl I saw? No, it's... It's creepy Doctor Man. A doctor. Wait. And of course, Eve just disappears. Mitochondria. to be free. Can we play the piano? Oh, there's a burn hole right here. I want to play piano. Okay, we're not going to jump in just yet. Can I use the piano? Nope. Alright, well, then we're going to go save quickly before we advance. Terribly sorry, stepping on your body. Yes, we will save our progress. That's so cool. This game is, like, very weird, but very cool. There's a lot of good ideas here. The implementation is kind of weird. So, like, one of the reasons I decided I really wanted to play this game for Spooky October is in watching like a little bit of a let's play of it, I realized that there's a lot of ideas happening here, gameplay-wise and otherwise, that I really like. And had sort of pitched like in my own head, like while I was playing a lot of the great Square RPGs and stuff and watching my friends play them as I was growing up in the late 90s and early 2000s, thinking to myself, oh man, why isn't there a game that lets you run around on the battle screen and then still has the turn-based sort of system worked into it? Or why isn't there a game that's like modern day urban fantasy kind of stuff with an RPG system? And seeing those sorts of concepts played around with here, even though the implementation is a little wonky and the script is kind of weird and localized, kind of funny, it's interesting to me to go back and see, that a lot of those ideas were like there was something to that, even though they've just kind of laid fallow for a long time, which is very unfortunate. And as someone who wants to make some games, kind of revives a lot of those ideas. Like, okay, there's some meat here. There's paths not taken, but there's still some examples that I can jump off of. So somehow, the Metropolitan connects to the New York City sewer system. That heartbeat sound is never not creepy when it's used like this. That's part of the music track. That's not actually a sound effect indicating anything in the game. That's just happening. That one indicates a battle is convening. Oh boy. Well, this is good. This is real good. And missed. Oh god. That hurt. Why do they aim for that one? It should auto aim to the closest enemy that's in your circle. That's something I would fix if I were making this now. Parasite powers have evolved. Scan. Analyzes enemies' HP and weaknesses. Cool. Yes, I will obtain all items. Okay, and here's where we can, like, drop items if necessary. In fact, since I do have so many items, 12 out of 13. Where's my 13th slot? Oh, it's down there. Okay. I am just going to go ahead and use my medicine. Top up a little bit. This game, as far as being a survival horror game, which it's sometimes billed as, I'm not sure it really qualifies. Like, it's got... thematically, it's in that territory. Mechanically, kind of is and kind of isn't. Like, survival horror is typically, if you think something like Silent Hill 2, right? The idea is that you make the player sort of powerless and you make them have to, like, really conserve, you know, the weapons and items, be very mindful of encounters with enemies, you know, not sort of just like going around trying to mop the floor with everything, but in fact spending most of the game running away, and attempting to survive. This game has some of that, where the enemies do quite a lot of damage to you, and, you know, perhaps it would be prudent to escape sometimes, but on the other hand, it's not really punishing me a lot for just going in willy-nilly and beating things up with clubs, you know. And it is giving me plenty of ammo to replenish anything that I might use. So in terms of mechanically, it's not quite that. Whoa! What is that? What is that? I do not like. Oh god. Just die already. Alright. Let's scan this thing. It's got 34 HP. Sensitive to cold. I don't have any cold powers. But also that makes sense with it being a giant frog. Okay. You rat. I don't like you. We're gonna get rid of you, and then we're going to use our gun on this guy. And double tap. Almost nothing. God, this enemy is super gross. Alright, but I leveled up. Active time is at 4. I wonder why that's not leveling up as fast as everything else. Yes, we'll take all of the ammo, which still leaves us with less than we had. But yeah. Ooh. Okay. This thing can attack 3 times. Let's pick it up and compare it. Oh, yeah, that's better. It can hold 6 in the chamber at once, so that's basically 2 attack rounds before I have to reload, but it does more damage. It's got a higher range as well. So I basically get 3 attacks with the handgun before I have to reload. And with this M1911... Oh, it's a Colt! It's a Colt 1911. That's what that is. That's like the standard first-person shooter gun that is used by everybody and their brother. Because gun culture, I guess. But yeah, that's... I recognize that now. Anyway, so I only get basically 2 attack rounds with that before it reloads. But since reloading isn't actually even a thing I have to do manually, that makes little difference. And being able to pile up damage a little bit faster is better. So we will switch to that. I think maybe I want to put this in storage, but I don't know. We will use medicine after the next battle. Can I go up here? Is there anything up here? Oh. I feel like this is a mistake. This feels like a mistake. This definitely feels like boss encounter sort of time here. Okay, I can just go around. There's some rats. That's alright. I could have done that like right here. I betcha anything. Well, we're gonna save our bullets. I could have stood at the apex of that curve and gotten them both in one round with my M1911. Ooh! Yes, please. I will take both of those. Yes, yes, yes. I will use a medicine to clean up my inventory just a tiny bit. Boop, boop, boop. Medicine. Cool. There's 2 item boxes down here. So let's see what we have to work with. Cool. Very cool. I almost want to go back upstairs and save again. I feel like that might be a little bit scummy. Right. Into the breach. It's the worst that could happen, he says, walking into the light. The level design here is actually really good. It's really good. You're the little girl I saw at the theater. Are you lost? And she runs very slowly away. The character animations are probably the most goofy visual aspect of this game. Like, they don't look like humans. They're like running away. It's very odd. What are these? Valves? Can I do anything with them? No, they're just set dressing. Okay, well that's one way we can go. I'm not going that way yet. I want to check out this crate. Okay, I got an offense +1. My inventory is full. Will I replace an item? Yes. Okay. Let us store an item over here. We will store... Actually... Okay, I can't store that there. But I will store our, one of our medicines here, just to see what's in this box. If it's worth it, I'll, oh! Just literally one-for-one exchange. Okay. This game is being very generous with medicine, which kind of concerns me a little. But on the other hand, the difficulty curve has not been tremendous here. This looks very much like some sort of arena, though. Hey! Who'da thunk? Alright. We're not messing around. Alright, and now I've got you both. Yes. Got that one. And change to this guy. Use one of our medicines. I leveled up. Hooray! I think that actually increases our item capacity. So let's test that theory. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Increased by 1. Just obtain all. By the way, I may be talking about it somewhat fondly, or I may appear to be talking about it somewhat fondly because I'm describing the nature of sort of genre tropes that people expect. I actually am not a fan of inventory management systems. I do not like them. I like the way it's presented in something like Dark Souls or Bloodborne much more, where you have an unencumbered state, a equipped state, and a very encumbered state, and the amount of items that you have equipped at any one time sort of are what contribute to that. It can work in survival games like The Long Dark to make it sort of a little bit more engaging. You know, you're sort of deciding what do you really need, what don't you need. But the rest of the game kind of supports that. And actually in No Man's Sky, it's not something I enjoy either, because the rest of the game doesn't really support the item management aspect of things. You have, in No Man's Sky, you have a game that is very much about exploration and mining all sorts of shit, and to then have, oh, you've only got 20 slots in your inventory. Whoops. It feels very frustrating there. Whereas in something like The Long Dark, where the goal is less about exploring, although there is some exploration, and the goal is more like you are going to die unless you can get, some very basic survival things made. The nature of the game supports prioritization like that, whereas in something like No Man's Sky, the rest of the game doesn't fit that theme. And it can work in survival horror, I suppose, but it has to be implemented really well. And here, it's just kind of meh. Like it's. Do you want to arbitrarily have more medicine or find out what's in this box? And that's less interesting to me. Let's open this door. There's a switch and an emergency phone. We're going to use the phone. Fantastic. Alright, now press the switch. Cool. That opens the door. Let's see if there's anything else in here. That sure looks like something on this wall, doesn't it? Like, that doesn't look like just a texture thing, but it is. It is. Alright. In we go. Eve, standing there so creepy. Bet you we're gonna have to fight her again. Hold it right there. Alright, ready to take me on just by herself. Well, even if you did have more people with you, they'd just burn, right? Everyone else but you. You are. Tell me, Eve, why? Why me? Why am I the only one? You'll find out eventually. I bet you it has something to do with the creepy doctor. Even if you don't understand, don't worry. Your mitochondria will. They've always known. I'm going to give you some time. Some time to think. And some time to evolve. And the day shall arrive when you will awaken. Fucking operatic motherfucker. Yep, does the scratch the walls thing. Very good. Oh god. What is that? Okay. Okay, well, she's a slime girl. That's all right. That's a lifestyle choice. Oh my god. Was that a crocodile? What on earth? There are 2 targets. Great. That's wonderful. Why are there 2 targets? Oh god. Okay, well, let's scan target 2. Oh, good. Good. Ow. Ow. Yeah, I don't really want to use this gun. I want to use this guy. Oh! Fuck. Damn. Not close enough. Oh, wow. I do not like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Now I'm cornered. This is great. This is great. This is really awesome. Ow. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Can I get out, please? What's happening here? Oh, Jesus. We moved to a different... Fucking A. Alright. Well, at least my parasite energy is back up, I guess, somehow. They never really explained what causes that to go back up. Sure. Sure. I will... No, I won't use more medicine. I'm talking about restores 45 HP, restores 30 HP. 45 and 15 is like 60 something. So yeah, let's use our medicine. We've left some behind. We'll probably get something from this. Good God. Nope, don't corner me again. Don't like it. Don't like it. Why can I only target one thing now? Did I kill the tail? I don't understand. Game, you're not explaining things. Fine, I'll just unload on its head. Got him. Oh boy. Okay. Slows enemies action time recharge. So cool. We can make enemies attack slower. That's good. Yes. I'm going to say that's good. Ooh. What's this? Sure. We will pick up the KV vest. Oh, Kevlar vest. Oh, I see. We can swap out items. Good. Good to know. Well, that's good. That's good. That's great. It's fantastic. Fantastic. When I will awaken? Just tell me what you want, Eve. Oh, and we can't go back in and get any of the things that we put in crates, so we're just out medicine, which is good. That's great. It's real good. God, that's real good. Okay, reporter says, we're live in front of Carnegie Hall, which has become a scene of complete chaos. Miss, you are the sole survivor of this horrible ordeal, correct? I... Until now, this combustion theory has been acknowledged only by occult enthusiasts. Please, just leave me alone. I've seen some shit, man. This incident happened to take place on Christmas Eve of all nights. I would like to represent the citizens of this city and interview you exclusively. Get out of here with your stupid coiffed hair. Oh my god, he just pulled a shepherd. Are you crazy? Jim, did you get this on tape? Scram, buddy. Daniel, you know you're not supposed to hit people. Sorry, I'm late, Aya. This is cool. The driving is actually like playing like a video of driving down a New York City street in the background, and in the reflections on the mirror. That's I quite enjoy that, even if the the cutout of the edge of the police car is a little rough. Are you okay? That was really something that happened back there. Yes. Oh, but my date. Heard from a cop that your boyfriend ran out of there like a wuss. Sorry, your date didn't go well. It's not like that. I had him escort me because he kept pestering me. But of all those places, the opera? There's a story. So why the opera, huh? Is that the in thing right now? Maybe she just likes classical music, man. Saw the ad in the paper. I don't know. Just caught my eye. You tell me you were onto this case. So you finally got some cop instinct in you, huh? Meh. Instinct. Daniel, shouldn't you be with your son? It's Christmas Eve. He knows his dad's a cop. My boy understands. No, he doesn't. Little kids don't. It's not. They put on a brave face, but you still need to spend time with them. Anyway, to change the subject, I heard things from people who were there. But this is one hell of an incident, huh? Mitochondria. Mitochondria. Symbiosis. When was I in the hospital? Hey, Aya. You asleep? Oh well. Don't blame you after what you've been through tonight. She's sleeping with her eyes open. She's a wizard. Like, I'm pretty sure they could animate textures at this point. So she should have been able to close her eyes. But oh well. This is cool. We get like this flyover view of New York City instead of a world map. I will never forget it. It was pure terror, but it was also 6 days filled with familiar memories. Day 2. Fusion. Alright. Yes, I will save my progress. And I think what I'm going to do, since this is October, let me check my calendar here and see exactly how many weekends we have. I do want to stream during the week. I was thinking of, since this is a very short game. I was thinking about possibly doing reserving Saturdays for Parasite Eve playthrough, and then the other days of the week for other different games. I'm not quite sure. Let us take a look at what the month looks like. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 weekends in October. I've been streaming for a couple hours. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stop here for the night, and what we might do is pick this up next Saturday and do the next 2 days. And meanwhile, during the week, I will find some other games to play in the sort of spooky-ish vein. Alternatively, I could just pick this up again on Monday evening after I get home from work, and run with that. And we'll just do, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, as so that would be, and then we would finish this up with the finale next Saturday. I have a D&D group that I go to on Friday evenings now with some folks I met at work, which is pretty rad. I may ask them about streaming that sometime, but that might be a bit much. But for now, this has been about an hour and a half of playtime with you all. In the future, the future for me, that is. But I think this is going to be it for tonight. And follow me on Twitter at Twitch. Sorry, at The Adrift. So that's twitter.com/The Adrift. And I am also on Tumblr at cutespaceships.tumblr.com. And to see my art, you simply put /art after that. But if you follow me on Tumblr, or if you follow me on Twitter, that is where I will update when I'm going online. I still haven't started using the Twitch social setups, but we will see. But for now, I am going to call it there and say, have a good evening. So, good night, all. It was a pleasure to share this with you. Good night and happy spooks. Bye-bye.